Hello, this is meteorologist Steve Nelson with your weekly weather briefing for May 8th. Before we look at the forecast for the next week, I wanted to show you a little bit of a record of temperatures so far this year. As you can see in the chart, then the blue line, that's the high and low temperatures every day since January 1st of 2014. You can see the normal progression upwards as we've gone into spring and almost into summer here in another month. Notice how we're pretty warm in the last few days, temperatures in the 80s. And actually, that's not uncommon to have that in May. Temperatures can get in the 80s and even near 90. As you see, there was a record on Wednesday of 91 degrees in 1952 set on that date. But don't forget, we've also been pretty cold. There's plenty of observations below the brown line where it's in the blue category. That would be well below normal temperatures, and especially January. And that was a very cold month, so don't forget about. We can have cool swings and warm swings in any season, but right now we're in a warm swing, thank goodness. Okay, for the week upcoming, it looks like the main story is going to be a chance for severe weather, maybe strong to severe storms on Friday and Saturday, as well as Monday and Tuesday of next week. Northwest Georgia probably is the main area under the gun for Friday afternoon. Saturday could be a little bit larger area over most of north and central in Georgia, and looks like a little bit higher chance on Saturday as opposed to Friday. Monday and Tuesday, continued threat, with Tuesday probably being more likely than Monday. What we're thinking for Friday is the area shown in yellow would be a low to medium confidence event sometime between 4 p.m. and midnight, mainly afternoon and evening. The threats you see are hail, maybe large hail, and if we get enough instability, isolated areas with strong winds and lightning. We're calling this only low to medium confidence. For one thing, the Storm Prediction Center is not highlighting this area for a slight risk. They're not seeing all the ingredients necessary for widespread severe weather. The other thing is the amount of precipitation is forecast to be fairly isolated or scattered. Not everyone's going to see precipitation or storms in this event. It's just that there will be some instability, and there is some vertical wind shear that may organize these storms to something that might produce severe weather, but only on a scattered basis, it looks like. A better chance for severe weather over a much larger area would be on Saturday afternoon, mainly from noon to 9 p.m., maybe even earlier than that. We're calling for a medium confidence event with more widespread thunderstorms with hail, possibly large hail if we get enough instability, strong winds up to 60 miles per hour, and lightning. Notice that on Friday and Saturday we're not calling for any threat of tornadoes or flash flooding. Those ingredients don't appear to be in place. But there could be the other threats that I've listed there. Based on the information we have so far. We should have a nice day in between storm systems, and again, there are no really well-defined storm systems with either of these threats, maybe a little bit on Tuesday, but in between, Sunday should be a nice day. On Monday, however, we're back in southwest flow aloft, which is usually favorable for increased moisture and instability, and sometimes severe storms if we get vertical wind shear. On Monday, it's another low confidence event, fairly isolated. You can kind of see on this forecast of precipitation valid Monday afternoon or towards Monday evening that the precipitation, those colored areas on the screen, are fairly scattered. They're not over any one particular area or large area. It's just over several areas. And again, this is just one model. It doesn't mean it's going to rain exactly over the areas that are indicated on the screen there. It's just an example. And other models we look at, it's in different areas. So mainly the point is should be isolated to scattered event, not widespread. And those times probably between 2 and 8 p.m. The instability is not forecast to be as high as the other days, so we're only thinking maybe some small hail or some locally gusty winds and some lightning. Kind of more of a strong thunderstorm event rather than severe. On Tuesday, it looks like a little bit more organized chance for strong to severe thunderstorms. It's a medium confidence event. There is a cold front that I've kind of indicated on the screen moving through with some precipitation ahead of the front and as well as behind the front. This front may not be moving very fast through the area. It could be kind of in a rainy pattern or cloudy pattern off and on through the day Tuesday. Again, the instability doesn't look really large on this day. Small hail, gusty winds, and lightning. Hail could be a little larger if we get more instability than forecast. And again, this is kind of far out in the forecast. We don't have quite as much confidence as we would on an event upcoming in the next 2 days. As I mentioned earlier, there's not really any threat of flash flooding or flooding with the next storm system or two. What I've showed on the screen here is the total rainfall forecast valid from 8 a.m. Friday until 8 p.m. Saturday. And you can see on the screen there are some areas that could see over an inch in northeast Georgia, but for the most part, 1/2 to 1 inch is kind of expected over North Georgia, with less than a ½ inch over Middle Georgia. Areas south and east of Macon actually may see less than 1/10 of an inch. So this is not sufficient this time of year, especially for any kind of flooding risk, but we'll continue to monitor this as the forecast progresses. So in summary, strong to severe storms are possible Friday and Saturday, and again Monday and Tuesday. Some of these days it could be rather isolated, the precipitation, so not everyone will see storms. The best chances overall will be on Saturday and a little bit so on Tuesday. Hail, strong winds, and lightning will be the primary threats. There's no threat of tornadoes or flash flooding at this time. That's all I have for you this week. Thanks a lot. Have a great week.